Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my OpenTTD Let's Play, Series 5 Let's Play. Here we have Hellishville, and it's just under 4,000 people. I'm guessing some of the buildings have been removed around the town, hopefully to make space for more people. Now, since last time, I have done a couple of little things. I've done some tidying up of some labels, and I've tidied up a couple of pieces of track, but nothing major. If you want to see what I've done between now and last time, there is a Viewer Plus video, so if you're a Viewer Plus subscriber, head out to my website and you can watch that video. But now, we're going to crack on with what we're going to do today. We've got quite a job on. Quite a job indeed. If we have a look here, you can see that our town is growing and has been growing for the past 26 months. Passengers, mail and food are all at 99% capacity in terms of storage. Goods is at 69 and fruit is at 95. So they're both quite good. They're all right. So it looks like things... Yes, at the moment. I think at the beginning of the last, at the end of the last episode, I said this is the start of the Big Bang of this game. It might well be. We might have some rapid growth from now on. But what could stop us in that growth? Well, if we look at the storybook, you can see that after fruit, there's petrol. So that's what I want to do. Well, we were about to pop into the 4,000 mark, and we've got fruit coming in quite nicely. But we haven't got petrol sorted, and we're going to need it at 5,000 population. Now, there is a good news, though. Over here at this refinery, we are producing petrol already. What we needed was chemicals earlier on to make something else. So we've got oil coming in, and we're producing chemicals and petrol, and we're taking these chemicals up to this mill, which is brilliant. Taking them up to the paper mill, jobs are good. And what we were doing is we were stealing the chemicals, if I remember correctly. No, the petrol, if I remember correctly. There's a train. One of these two trains is one of those trains, and it's coming all the way over here to the Ranville section where this interchange is. And this is where it's turning that petrol into farm and engineering supplies, which is very important for the economy around here. But we need this petrol. So what I'm thinking is that we redesign this station and hook it up to this line here. Oh, hang on a minute, Hellish. What's going on here? Where's all this stuff? This is the old goods line that we first had in from Nunnington Mill. We used to take goods from Nunnington Mill and take them down to Hellishville before we had the goods hub. And now the goods hub is supplying Hellishville fine on its own at the moment. I've taken that line out and just... stripped it down because the goods was kind of a side effect. We weren't producing goods up here properly. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to redesign this station, connect it up to this, and we'll get some petrol out of here. Now, everything's paused at the moment. We're going to get our track, we're going to unpause the game, and we're going to try and do this without too much disruption. Now, this line here is a bypass line which allows, I think we've got a train example. Yeah, it's one of these trains here that carries engineering supplies to one of the oil fields, and that's all it's really doing, and providing an output. So what we're going to do is we're going to divert that line further out to try and keep it out of the way. Now, to do these extra diversions and diagonal buildings, I'm using the control key. And I am going to look into having an on-screen display of what buttons I'm pressing in the future, but for now you'll just have to trust what I'm saying in terms of button presses. So here we go. We're going to come up to there with that line there. We're going to go out on a limb and just do that to connect up the line, bring it across here, and just kind of divert it out of the way a little bit. I want more space to be able to work on what I'm doing. There we go. So now that needs to come in and connect over here, and then temporarily, because this junction over here needs rebuilding, but temporarily we'll have it come up this way to here and then straight up there. So if I do that, no, there we go. If I do that and this, then the engineering supplies can go that way. In fact, they'll have to. So let's just remove these. No, that signal can actually stay there. There we go. Right. So the engineering supplies can get round. We can take this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to split off half of these platforms just to take petrol out. Now, which half shall we do? Let's just level some of the land around here a little bit. This is an important industrial area. We don't care about the environment around here. After all, Hellish Inc. is the legitimate front of our evil organisation. Right, let's pause the game a second. There, right, now, we've done the diversion of that line there, and we're going to split the station roughly in half. It looks like, I mean, I've already checked, and the station spread around here is already 15. And that's the game maximum. I'm not going to change that just so that I can have loads of platforms. I've changed it from 12 to 15 because I think the default should be 15 anyway. But there we go. So what we'll do is we'll use these 3 platforms for picking up the new petrol. So let's unpause the game a second. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove the entrance to these 3 platforms from the current existing entrance. There we go. We'll see how that pans out later on. And I want to just shimmy this one along a little bit. In fact, let's move it right down over here out of the way. So we can do that. There we go. That's okay. Now I want to bring it right up to here, but this signal's in the way, so we'll do that. And then just before we hit this other section of track here, we'll get these 2 depots in nice and quick and take those ones out. Okay. So we've moved that track along. Let's tidy up this bit. Ooh, not all of that. There, okay. So now we've got 4 platforms, no signals unfortunately though, for some reason. I'll just put a path signal in there. There we go. Now if you want to know more about whether path signals are worse for your computer than normal signals, I suggest you check out my last video. It was an OpenTTD Spotlight video where I investigated that. So go find that on my channel and check it out. Right, now this here now, this double line here, is only to serve as an exit for what's going on here. Now looking at that, that's that exit here. We can get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. We're just tidying things up and working this out organically as we go. We don't need this anymore. That can go all the way up to there. And also what we then need to do, now that's sorted, is we just need to sort out these signals. So let's just go here, hold control and hold control. There we go. There's one. Actually, there's one of the supply trains coming by now. Okay, so we've moved the supply relief line. I've got a feeling that we should really just level that land out there a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. We've got the money. We've got the money. Let's do it. There we go. Now, this line that's snaking under here, it does need to come under whatever line we're doing there now. And it does appear to go down and then back up again. So let's just pause for a second and have a quick think about this. The line that we're coming in for these 3 stations here, let's not do that just yet. It's got to go over or under this line and then over or under this line. So if these 2 lines are the same height, which they do appear to be, let's keep this one high up and go over that way. So this tunnel doesn't need to be a tunnel. Okay, let's get the delete tool, unpause the game and get rid of that tunnel. Let's just cut that out there, put some normal track in for now, and just bring it round a little bit earlier. There we go. Now, oh, actually, no, I won't bring it out around earlier. Oh no, I've made a mess. I've made a mess now. It's all gone horribly wrong. It's all gone horribly wrong. There we go. Now it's no longer horribly... Oh, hang on, we're going to have a crash in a second. We're not going to have a crash anymore. Come on, out of the way, train. Go on, shift. There we go. Right, so the reason why I moved that track back out there is because that means then I can put a double depot in. We all know how much I love double depots for no apparent reason. So we're going to put one in here. There and there. There's our exit depot. Now, I just want to tidy this bit of track up here. I'm not sure the best way to do this, although I've just noticed that we could just make it go straight along here, up, round and under there. That would be quite neat. Let's do that. Okay, so we're deleting this. I've decided how this bit's going to be done. It's going to come along here. And then I'm just going to... we're going to tunnel it. People say bridges or tunnels, and there's a lot of debate of bridges and tunnels. And I generally like tunnels because they look neater. They don't work better or anything like that. Let's just do a little bit more there. In fact, let's do this. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, that's nice and neat. We can remove all of that there. It's completely unnecessary. Got a bit of a backlog, but that's fine. That's to be expected right now. Let's put a signal going into that junction there and a signal going into that junction there. Remove that one. There we go. Right, that will all sort itself out. Let's just adjust the land here to make it neater again. Okay. What was I saying? Bridges and tunnels, yes. As a general rule, people go tunnels because bridges have speed limits and tunnels don't. There you go. Now you know. What we're going to do is we're going to put a land bridge across here. And we are going to use bridges here. We're going to have to. So let's bring up the auto tool, the bridge tool. Put a big fast bridge in there. It's nice that we've got a space here because that means we can put a signal on there as well. A bit of track and a signal here. So there's our output. And there's no reason why our input can't just come along here like this. And we'll have a signal going in there. And of course, it's got to have a double depot. 1, 2. Brilliant. Now, so that's got to come this way. Let's... oh, no, wrong button. Let's do a diagonal to there. Bring this land up again. May as well connect that land bridge there. Bridge across here, and then bridge across there. Yeah, that works beautifully. Now the only problem is we've got to get down to this without going up too much, but I think we're going to be all right. So we'll come down one and then go down another. That might slow the train down slightly. I don't really think it's going to make a massive amount of difference, to be honest. For this side, we've got the space, so I'm going to do a 6th length piece of rail there before we've got a drop off and turn. I'm going to turn in there and connect up to... scroll the screen. There. Brilliant. Right, okay, so now we've got a returning loop circle. Let's get these signals in here, along here, again holding control to make them go all the way along. They come up to there, around there, that all looks good. I think that all is going to flow quite nicely. I'm just going to tidy up the land around here and here. Bring that up to there like that. We'll fill in that gap there, there and there. Of course, we've got a little nubbin of... there's no reason for that to not be dropped back slightly. Okay, I've just realised something. We don't have to have this piece of land here. The bridge can just drop down like this. That gives us an extra square, which is good. We can put a signal right before it, remove that one, and we'll do the same on this side as well, just to get rid of the little lump of land. I can't really think of any other benefit for it. Apart from me... ooh, I accidentally pressed a keyboard shortcut that I didn't mean to, and it resulted in a weird piece of track. So there we go. We've now got this redesigned station. It should still flow quite nicely, and it should flow around the other 3 tracks that are there. Now, it backed up previously, but I think that was with slower and worse trains. Oh my goodness! Pause, pause. I've just seen the sign. Back to Hellishville for a moment. Look! The population has exploded. 5,460. That's got to mean our town isn't growing now. There you are. Look, town isn't growing. Fruit is at 97% storage. Goods at 72% storage. I think sometime soon we're going to have to do a bit of push on goods. But petrol is now required for the last 4 months while I've been playing around with that station. Well, it's a good job we're pretty much sorted then, isn't it? So we've got a double depot before and after the station. There's a depot right down here. Is there a depot near the station? No. Can I fit one in at the station? I can fit one. Let's do that. Let's... Oh, the game's paused. Unpause. There we go. We put one in there. This station is just a drop-off for petrol. With longish trains, I'm not expecting it to get too busy. I'm going to do a little drop here and pop in a depot. Should we put a depot here for the other ones? Yes, we will. So let's do an entrance depot there for the food trains, one on the other side. Perfect. Right, extra depots there. I'm thinking really I want depots on this diagonal somewhere. This bit here is a low section. Let's unpause the game and do... I think it has to be that far away from the track to work. Yeah, it does. We're not allowing 90-degree turns in this game. I think I can do it here with this one. Yeah, there we go. So now there's depot options halfway down there as well. Last thing to do for this station is actually then just to throw some trains in. So the trains we're using at the moment, I believe, is the TIM. Because I don't know why did we skip the Asia Star? Now look, the reliability is 79%. That's terrible. So let's get one of them. And I need some vehicles on it. We need an oil tanker because it can be refitted to petrol. There we are. Here's the depot behind my webcam picture. Let's make it 5 in length. Are we doing 5 length stations or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Let's make it full length. There we go. And before we do anything else, let's refit it to petrol. Give it some orders. Full load here, holding control to make it say full load. And we're going to tell it to go all the way down this line and drop off petrol at Hellishville. There we go. Now, before we go much further, we've got 3 track station there. So I'm going to straight away say we need 4 or 5 trains. There we go. So let's keep an eye on how much petrol there is here at the refinery. Let's pin that up here. Now, we need more oil coming in. We know that. And I think, are we alright for supplies over here? We've got lots of engineering supplies here, so that needs to go off to the oil fields. I think the farm supplies are okay. Kind of could do with more farm supplies. We've got a train with a void order. Why has this train got a void order? Is it one of the goods trains that I got rid of between episodes? Yes, it is. Bye-bye, train. Cool. Now this station here has no petrol. The first trains, oh my goodness, the first few trains. So we've got this one here, which is full. This one here, train 197, that one's full. This train, yeah, that one's full too. We got any more? Right, okay, so these 2 are now loading. Well, there we go, folks. Petrol is now on its way to Hellishville. Let's even that bit of land out there, may as well. I'm looking down here. It looks like we've got a few options for more signals. So I can't see under that bridge. So Control and X to bring up transparency options. Turn the bridge transparent and move the signal round. There we go. Ooh, you can lock transparencies. Oh, okay. So when you press... Okay, we've just learned something here today, folks. Let's cover this quickly. Transparency options I always know about, so that when you press X, it toggles between what's transparent and what's not. You can also manually click in the transparency options what you want, and to bring up the transparency options you can do Control X. So you can see here I've got a number of things turned on and off. Let's say that I want to be able to make everything transparent on and off. Well, that's fine, I just press X. But what if I want to exempt trees? What if I always want trees to be transparent? Well, if I click them to be always transparent and then Control click it, it locks it. And then when I turn things transparent or not, the trees are always transparent. That is so cool. What we can also do is do it so that the masks are always non-transparent. I don't know if I can find one. I'll quickly just have a quick look around, see if I can find an example. Where is it? Oh wait, no. Well, there's got to be one here somewhere. Are there any? Oh, we might be too early in the game. It's 1996. It shouldn't be too early. They're usually on high ground. Where's high ground? This looks like it could be high ground. No. Well, if there were any here, they would be. They'd be the only thing that's not transparent right now. Which is what? These things are always getting in my way. They're one of the banes of my OpenTTD existence. Existence. And now, when I actually want to show you one, fine. You guys have probably seen one, and I've scrolled past it. I don't believe this. Where are they? Hello? Unknown. Maybe this map hasn't got them for some reason. Oh well, never mind. Anyway, we've learned something about transparency options there. That's cool. Okay, let's untransparentize everything. There we go. And carry on with the game. Bosh. Right, so our Petrol's on its way to Hellishville. In fact, I think, is that our first Petrol train about to arrive? I think it is. So if we look at the goals here, the goals only update every month. So it's currently the 15th. So we're going to have to wait until the beginning of next month. But we've already offloaded a load of petrol there. If we have a look here, each of these wagons contains 30,000 litres of petrol. I don't know what our requirement is. We need... Is that 546 units? I think a unit... Yeah, a unit in this is 1,000 litres. So it's like 500,000, just over 500,000 litres. Yeah, I think we've covered that. I think we've covered that quite nicely. In fact, there's the end of the month. Refresh. 900,000 litres delivered to Hellishville already. The town is growing again. Well, we're going to leave it there today, folks. I think that has been successful. I'm quite happy with this station redesign. I do want to expand and make the income. We need more oil coming in now. We need to make that better. But this flows quite nicely now. There's very rarely a large amount of trains waiting. And we've got... is that an oil train delivery? Yeah, I want to redirect the oil train deliveries. I'm going to get this one to skip its order just so that there's room. This should be the only place that oil comes in. And at the minute, we've got oil coming in the out. I don't want it to be in the out or shaking all about. It needs to be sorted out. I might try and fix that between episodes. But for now, that's the end of this episode. If you want to know more about me, remember to check out my website. And of course, go onto my YouTube channel and check out my other channels if you want to see my live streams. And if you want to know about the events that are coming up, because there's an OpenTTD event scheduled, that's on my website and on my Facebook as well. Thanks for watching. Take care, and until I see you next time, goodbye.